Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fitz and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is your little guy's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction that may be needed, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Fitz is going to be coming home with his very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly with your lesson tomorrow. Now, if you notice, he's sitting very nice at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for us is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash without pulling or tugging, and the command is Fitz, heel.
Fitz, heel.
Now at this point, little Fitz has a job to do, probably for the first time in his life, and that is to stay even with your left leg on walks. And each time that you stop your feet, he has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So if you're walking him, you want to take him places, into town or whatever, he knows how to behave like a gentleman, to walk nicely next to your left leg, and when you stop walking, he sits without being told. And that was a very good demonstration of that exercise. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a one-word command, it is a stationary exercise. Now, one thing that Fitz likes to do sometimes is to lay down on his sits. So you see that Rich is correcting him and making him hold that sit. And I will tell you that I own French Bulldogs, and they are not bred to do obedience, and he can do more than my dogs. When Rich returns back to him, he walks all the way around him, returning back to where they started at heel position. He gets a pat for doing a good job, and they're going to take off heeling again. Now with your sit stays and your down stays, you can lengthen out the amount of time and the distance. And this kind of exercise, people say, well, what does this have to do with anything? Well, it has a lot to do with things, because it keeps his mind motivated and active. It keeps him performing tasks for you, so that he's not just, you know, a showpiece, that he has a job to do. Dogs need to have a sense of accomplishment. Rich is going to leave him in another sit-stay. He sits like a Buddha. Mine does too. And practice in your house. You have plenty of room to practice indoors as well as outdoors. This time, instead of returning back to him, Rich is going to demonstrate the come on command. It's Fitz, come, and he comes right in, and he goes back to heel position. He kind of slid into that, didn't he? We want you to have fun and enjoy working with him, because if you keep it fun for you, then you'll practice. So don't take yourself too seriously. It takes a while to get the hang of this. That's why we provide you with a video, and we're as close as a phone call if you need any help. Rich is going to leave him in another sit-stay, and he's going to demonstrate that come on command again. See, Rich is saying it very softly because we don't want to overstimulate. Like, if you get too excited about the come command, then you've got to reel him back in and get him back motivated to do obedience. So we keep it, the tone is sweet, but kind of a lower tone than what we use for the other commands. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, you use your left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down. Now dogs tend to hold down stays better than sit stays, and as you can clearly see, Fitz has his very own version of the down, but it counts. When Rich returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him, returning all the way back around to heel position. He gives them some loving for a good job, and they're going to take off heeling again. Poor Fitz, he's like, why do I suddenly have to do all these things? And it all plays into the final package of a well-behaved, well-mannered, housebroken dog. It all plays a part. Nice automatic sit. Now once he's seated at your left, you use your left palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word command to down, and then you walk out to the end of your training leash. And when you're working inside on chillier days, I know my Frenchies don't like cold weather, so you can work indoors with him and lengthen out the time that he's able to hold it and the distance that you're able to go. This time Rich will call him out of that exercise. Guides him right in front and has him sit. And the last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is his down from a distance. And he's like my Frenchies too, in that he likes to lay down. Rich is going to leave him in a sit-stay. He's going to turn to face him. This is the only time that you use your right hand to give the command. Believe me, I'm not laughing at your dog. I'm laughing with him because I have Frenchies and I think they're adorable little clowns. And he has done an amazing job of demonstrating all of his entry-level obedience commands. We have so enjoyed having him. He's a really good boy, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.